Hello, welcome back to Bapchild Info. Very sorry that it's been a little bit quiet of late, but that's because we have been beavering away at our latest local project, Sittingbourne Me. And for those that haven't visited that and want to know everything about Sittingbourne and the surrounding villages, including Bapchild, do go along and have a look. It's www.sittingbourne.me. Anyway, back to business now, because there is a whole bunch of consultations happening, and the most important one of all kicks off in about a week's time and goes all the way through to the end of September. Now this is the one that was previously known as Pick Your Own or Bearing Fruits or the Core Strategy, but now they've called it the Local Plan. Yep, that's kind of back to square one, because that's what we started off with before we got onto this stupid naming scheme. Anyway, that's really important, because although not much has changed on the surface, I think there are some key ingredients that residents of Bapchild are going to be particularly interested in. One of the things that we really need to take a close look at is what's happening with Stones Farm, to see whether the current local plan policies have been rolled forward, and to make sure that we preserve all the restrictions that ought to be imposed if that site gets developed. Well, when that site gets developed, sorry. Now the other things that are quite key, obviously, are the Northern Relief Road. As far as the Southern Relief Road and the Kent Science Park go, they are a little bit more long term now, and although they have a mention in the local plan, they're not actually any longer part of the strategy itself. So we might want to ask, well, should they even be in there if they're no longer part of what's going to happen in the next 20 years? Then perhaps they oughtn't be in there in the first place. There's lots of other local contentious issues, namely the car washing place that sprung up in the old Van World car park. At the moment the council has put a stop on that. I would have thought because of environmental concerns to do with contamination of the water table. Not 100% sure on that one, but that would be my guess. Whether that's a permanent stop or a temporary stop, I really don't know at this point in time. There has also been a suggestion, going back to the local plan, about including gypsy sites within every new development, and if that did make its way through the process, that would include Stones Farm. So might want to be asking yourself whether you'd be prepared to have a gypsy site on Stones Farm as part of the new development. Further to that, it has all been a bit quiet really. We do have another consultation from KCC this time, and this one is only running, I think, for another couple of weeks. And this is to have your say on whether you think street lighting should be turned off at certain periods during the night. Now, I don't think this would have a massive impact on Bapchild. Street lighting is a bit of a complicated subject, because there are all sorts of different ownerships for historic reasons. Most of the street lighting in the village is controlled by the parish council, but not everything. So I don't know how much of Bapchild exactly this might affect, but you might want to go and check it out, and that's kent.gov.uk/streetlights if you want to go and have a look at that. But you must do so in the next 2 weeks. The other big consultation that's occurring is the one about having parished areas within the urban part of Sittingbourne. Now this really doesn't affect us, because we're already a parished area, and one assumes that should any of these urban parts of Sittingbourne become parishes, then the extra money to pay for that would come from the areas that are parished, much as in the way that the parish council in Bapchild operates, where we pay a small amount of money per year for the parish council. I can't remember exactly how much it is for Bapchild. but it's a relatively small part of the council tax bill. And I assume that's the way that it would work if these other areas became parished as well. I know that there are all sorts of other little things that you tell me about all the time, like the growth around the bus stops. There's all sorts of little things. Please do tell me if you have a problem in Bapchild, because we are here to help. We don't always achieve everything that we set out to do, but we will certainly try our best for you. Anyway, that's enough of me for now, and I'll sure to see you later. Thank you very much.